so puffy.
All right.
It looks so puffy, Dana.
Talk about puffy hair, man.
Are we close enough?
I'm like Kramer here with my hair.
There.
Yeah,
I think we look
old Ironsides. So, yeah, man, thanks for meeting me here. Yeah, this is we're at CRT Realtors. You might look like we're downtown Columbus on a high-rise condo in a penthouse, but we're not. We're actually at CRT Realtors with this nice backdrop of the beloved city, Columbus.
And this, Brian, just so you know, this I took this with a drone.
Oh, you did?
I took it, and then my
wow.
dad and I installed it up there. That's wallpaper.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That's
not a
cool.
green screen.
Yeah, that is awesome. You think some professional photographer took it, but it's Mr. Jeremy Pape.
That's what my drone days.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, thanks for having me. The whole purpose of this podcast is talk to successful people that have kind of started something and have created something big, and you are definitely one of those men. So you've made it to a certain level, and it isn't because you got it handed to you. You worked hard, So I just want to say congratulations on being awesome.
Yeah, well, thanks, man. You too.
And really
You
being
too.
a mentor for me and being an inspiration for me. And that's part of the podcast. I want to talk to people that have inspired me throughout this journey. And so one of the things that, we talk to a lot of realtors that kind of come, maybe new agents. When you were a new agent, like what motivated you to get started? Like you were just getting your license, you were working out a lot. I remember I would come to your house, you'd be working out at like 2 p.m. trying to get buff. You were like, man, I got to get something going here when you were in your 20s. Tell me what got you motivated when you first started selling real estate.
Well, first of all, Brian, we've known each other for a long time.
Yep. Back in our 20s.
Back in our 20s.
Yep.
We out of college, we sold cell phones.
Yep.
Aerial communications.
Yep, that's
so
right.
That was sales right away. We've known each other for a long time.
Yeah. Trial by fire sales. I mean,
Yeah.
it was literally out of a phone book. We'd make our phone calls.
Yeah, we did. You made about 400 a day, I think, right?
Yeah, right.
You were the
I was the cold caller.
You were the cold
Yeah,
caller. You
that's
picked
right.
up back in the day of Yellow Pages.
Yeah, and Jeremy just used his charm, and he got sales.
I don't know about that, but you
still trying to learn that.
The Yellow Pages day. You were back there. I don't know if I even had met you yet, and all I could hear is those pages shuffling, and you would go down each line, and you would call business after business after business, and you know what? That works, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you're successful in what you do.
learned
How many phone calls did you make?
I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe one day I made 80. One day. So that's what you had to do.
I know we're getting off subject, but Bain even had a.
That's the daily grind I'm talking about.
He even had a catchphrase. What it is. What it is.
Yeah.
And I knew when he was saying what it is that.
I was getting ready for my spiel, my elevator speech.
Your spiel. And we all got quiet. There were 10 of us in that back room.
Yeah.
And everybody just got quiet because
Yeah.
we wanted to see what.
Yeah.
We wanted to hear what it is.
Hear the speech.
Oh, it was so funny. So what got me motivated in real estate, when I was, 24, I was in pilot training, and we had to hire a realtor. We needed someone to help us because I was in Texas, and we needed professional help for it. Like I wanted to trust them. I was doing what I did, but so we hired a realtor, and I would fly back. Once
And you're
every.
in flight school, right?
I'm in flight school. We didn't have
Yep.
really any time to leave on the weekends.
Right.
It was tough to leave because if you had to fly back, you had to fly back on a Saturday morning, so you had Saturday afternoon, and you're jumping right back on a flight Sunday.
Right.
So we were pre-approved. We knew exactly the price point. We knew exact area, and nothing that we wanted was being shown to us, and it was frustrating. We ended up finding our own house, doing all the legwork, what we felt. And when we got to closing, the real estate agent, it just seemed like was just there to collect the commission check. And I immediately thought, this is a profession that we need more professionals in. And so that was one of my big goals I wanted to get into real estate because to make this, much more professional environment. So that was one. And the other one was I was doing some flips, renovating some houses with my dad.
Yep.
And so with both those, one of them, wanted to make the profession better, and the other one kind of helped doing those renovations. So.
Right. Yep. So basically, a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't necessarily invent something new, but they just take something that's like as old as time, like realtors, and make it better. So that's it's kind of cool. You don't necessarily have to invent Microsoft Windows or Starbucks coffee. You can just take
that's like you've got a team, right,
Yep.
Brian? And so you spend time making your team members better. I mean, you really do.
I appreciate that.
It's
Yeah.
there's a lot of real estate agents in here, and
Yeah.
and sometimes we get a bad reputation,
Yeah.
right? Because we don't answer the phones, we don't communicate and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that being a professional real estate
Yeah.
agent and modeling that in front of your
Yeah.
people means a lot. Now I try to do that here too.
Yep.
I don't know if it works for everybody,
No,
but
it's good. Yeah, you might need to talk to my team members about that. I'll check with them to see if that's true. So,
cut. No, I'm sure they appreciate it,
No,
and they
I
see
have
your
a good
success,
relationship.
and that's
Yep.
the thing, Brian. Like people, and that's why so many agents get into real estate is they see what you do and how many
Yep.
houses you're selling, and they're like, man, I got to get into it. But how hard is that?
Right.
Like it is.
that's when the work begins.
There is
So,
nothing in real estate that's easy.
Yep.
And that's the thing. People might say comments like "must be nice" or those kind of things, but yeah, it's nice with your
Yeah.
success, but you earned every bit of it.
I really appreciate that. So when you first got started, like, what did you do? I mean, like, literally, you got your license, and that's the easy part, right? What did
Yeah.
you do next to ensure success? What were some of the things that you did?
I can remember when I don't think that there was really great training back then. Everybody kind of sink or swim. I mean, I know we still have, a lot of people quit real estate in their first 6 months. But back then, it might have even been more. I got my license in 03. You were what, 07?
07, yeah.
07?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, what do I do next? Got my real estate license. I was I was up at HER in Worthington, and I loved that office, and I loved my manager, Tom Holcomb. He was
Yep.
the whole
Great guy.
environment was
Great guy.
just
Yep.
great. I loved it. But what do you do next? So I definitely came into the office all the time, and I made sure that I made friends with the other agents there so I could bounce off ideas and hopefully get ideas from them, and just would be a sponge. And I spent almost every weekend doing open houses. I know that's something you love doing. I know that that's something that kind of gets a bad reputation, right? People are like, I don't want to do open house. I don't want this. I think they're the best part of your business. So I would say I did an open house every week for the first 2 years, maybe. So maybe put in about 100 open houses. Networking events, which you used to make fun of me for, I think, at the beginning.
I love networking events. Did I
Yeah.
make fun of you?
I thought so.
remember
I
that.
thought I thought you were just like, So anyway.
Yeah. Well, you would network with other agents, and at
Other
the time,
agents, yeah.
I didn't see the value, but now I see the value in
You do,
other
right?
agents. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like I always did so many things with
Right.
with other agents. Like you might do the wine tasting event, and it's a full room of agents in there. And when you're new and you're hustling or grinding, you might think that there's not value, right? What is that going to directly do for my business? And it might not have a direct.
Yep.
But you will come across these agents
Right.
again, and if you've
I
got a
see
good
that value.
reputation
Yep.
and a good rapport with them,
Yep.
might help you win a deal.
Yeah, I had a deal with one of my team members that she has it listed, and there was a buyer's agent who I had a Bible study with, and I was like, hey, I know this agent, I had had done
right.
Bible studies with him, so it was great because when you have that relationship, it helps. It helps a
I
lot.
think so too.
Yeah.
Like because especially in a market where it might be a multiple offer situation.
Yeah.
And you have a relationship with that
Yes.
other agent, and they know how you do business, and they know that you're not going to be wasting time with the wrong buyers. You know that they're pre-approved, and they know how you handle that transaction. They might lean.
Yep,
You're
no
right.
doubt, no doubt. Well, now you've transitioned from. Well, I shouldn't say transitioned. I mean, you're still an agent, but
Broker.
you started being an agent. Like you're just kind of like just doing the new agent thing, and then you got your team together. What kind of made, in your opinion, with CRT Realtors, the team? I would say CRT, the Columbus Realty team first, and then later under HER. And then it became CRT Realtors. What do you feel made you different over time? Like, what did you try to do to separate yourself from the
I think
the herd?
I think we're still doing it today.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when we were at HER, you included on my team, we always did things a little bit differently. We always had events and community events. Like we were always giving back and doing things and creating a culture, like this team culture. Even if we had 8 people, in a big company, it's tough to create that, that tight-knit culture. So it's on the agents and the teams to create that. So I feel like that is what we have always done. And the moment that we moved into a brokerage, we're doing the same thing. You know, we do, I mean, how many events do we do a month? I mean, we might have, I think in 2 weeks, we're doing bowling, you know, where we're getting agents together and affiliates together, and we're creating friendships, we're creating network events, and we're creating a culture that makes people know that we appreciate them. You know, like, you know that I appreciate you being here, right? You're not just a number, and you've been here for.
Yeah, you get excited when I show up. I love it.
Yeah, for sure, right? Big hugs. But that's a big difference with us. Is I want everybody here to know how much we care about them and appreciate them. So so I think that's one of the biggest things we've done, and we've evolved quite a bit with training. That's something that I feel like when you start a team. Or a company, that's the part that you just don't really think that much about, right? Now you got a team, you got 8 agents. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with them? Are you meeting with them every week? Are you meeting with them every month? Are you doing training? What's your value? So on a big level, at our company level, we've been really working on that. What are we going to do for training? Because we want that experience, because the goal is to have everybody sell lots of houses, right? And so we spend a lot of time with our training schedule and our CE schedule to make agents more successful.
Yeah, that's great. So now that you're a big bad broker, almost president of the CBR here coming up, you're secretary or whatever.
I am the secretary.
Does that mean you take notes? Is that what it is?
No, that means that I don't have a big speaking part yet with it. I think I'm there
Columbus
to
Board of Realtors
observe.
director.
Yeah, I got elected as an officer for Columbus Realtors, so I'm sitting as the 2024 secretary for our members, which I enjoy it. You know, it is a lot of time. You know, you can talk to the CEO, Brent, about how much time. It's a volunteer job, but I find it to be very rewarding because I get to be part of the decision making, part of the internal working of Columbus Realtors. And then I also can take that knowledge and bring it back to us.
That's cool.
And I think that's really important.
That's good. It's very valuable. So now that you're a big bad broker, I was kind of going off somewhere there. Well, I'm glad you said that because I wanted to understand what a secretary does at the. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway,
I approve the quorum.
And
I give some meeting notes at the beginning.
Cool.
But I am part of a lot of events.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted you to tell me about that.
I'll go into that.
I want to hear about
on our
that.
next podcast.
Yeah, okay,
we'll get into
cool.
all the Columbus Realtor stuff.
I'm kind of interested. Daily, or even like on a Monday, like today, what keeps you motivated? I mean, we all have our Monday morning blahs, or our like, oh man, I got to go to, oh man, I got this huge day. What in the morning? What do you do? And that, I'm part of a thing called Floyd Wickman.
Yeah, we both did that together.
Yep. I'm still doing it actually, but they have a thing called Train the Brain, and anybody can do that. It's like every Monday morning, or you're just feeling like it's gray outside, it's Columbus. What do you do to motivate yourself on a Monday morning? Yeah, it's beautiful today, but like on a crappy day.
Ohio, I mean, how many days do we get like this?
Oh yeah,
one out of every 100. But you're right that to get your brain ready, especially for what we do, no one's telling you to get up. I mean, maybe your wife. But you know, no one's saying.
My wife sleeps in.
Right?
So not really.
No one is telling you to get up at this time, and these are the things that you have to do. That's all on you. And so for me, I usually back that up into Sunday. And Sunday's where I'm really getting prepped. So Sunday, you know, in the afternoon, I'm making sure, you know, all the way down to what are you wearing on Monday, right? Get those decisions out of the way so you're not putting yourself behind. Right from the beginning, you know, you wake up on the wrong foot on a Monday, that's going to change the whole day. So Sunday, I try to piece together what my Monday is going to look like. I make a plan of what time I'm waking up, what I'm going to get done for Monday, write down sometimes the whole week. If you look at my calendar, which you probably are the same way because of Floyd Wickman and stuff, it's time blocking, right? It's like color-coded time blocking from 6 a.m. until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So Sunday, get everything ready, get all my plans ready. Sometimes food prep too for the week. That helps a lot for food prep.
I did do that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like, crap, what are we gonna have for dinner, Nikki?
Yeah, like for sure, like have that ready because
like, what do you want? I don't know.
You're trying to balance like all this work, you know, and I try to accomplish a ton in a day, and the only way to do it is be very strict with my calendar and my time. So Sunday is very important. Monday morning is super important too. I like to get up in the morning Monday and start the day with maybe a little bit of a reading a book, maybe the gym, maybe a run, maybe a walk with the dogs or something like that. Do that prior to everybody else getting up. They get up. Now now the hustle and bustle is on. You know, I have 3 kids and a wife who teaches school too, so it's a lot for, I don't know, feels like hours, but it's
Yep.
probably like 45 minutes of everybody pinging all over the
Yes,
place.
yes.
And then they're out the door.
Yep.
And now it's quiet. So I try to
Yeah.
get my stuff done, then I spend the time with them,
Yep.
and then I'm off to the office.
Same with me. Yeah, getting up early is important. Some of you might not be early risers, but I always felt that getting up early and training the brain in a way always helps.
Yeah,
getting,
for sure.
Getting ready for the day. That way you're not just waking up and just.
I mean, we've
throwing
done
out the
those.
mess.
The two of us have done them. We've done
Yeah.
accountability calls where we get, once a week on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we do an accountability call for that
Yep.
morning.
Yep.
Hey, what'd you do last week? Did you hold yourself accountable and get it all done? And
Yeah.
what are you going to do this week?
Yep.
And that's very important to have someone to hold you accountable.
Right.
Like, who's holding you accountable now?
Man, myself, my
You
brain.
yourself, 'cause you didn't get there,
I am
but-
so competitive with
Yeah.
myself. I'm so hard on myself, and that's why I feel like. But you're right. I think having somebody as well.
We should
too
get back. Hey,
helps.
let's get back to it.
Let's get back to it.
Let's get back to it. Everybody needs
right,
accountability.
yeah,
You just
sounds
need
good.
it.
Yeah.
Coaching, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Somebody to say, hey, you
Yeah.
didn't get it done.
Yeah.
Because without that, you just kind of go off and you don't
Yep.
get all those items done.
Yeah, right. Another, like, if you're not a part of a accountability, like a friend, or like Floyd Wickman's also a good one too. That's a weekly call that
Yeah.
I'm a part of.
I think that's
coaching. It's only $165 a month for any realtors out there that are interested.
Hopefully you get a little bit of money for saying that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they don't pay me anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been great for me to have that, and then also Jeremy, I'd like to get back into that. That'd be great. So I think also self motivation is key, just to really kind of push yourself to your goals as well too, and just go back to your goals and just see how you're doing with those goals.
And even if you have, like, let's say you're with a small real estate company or whatever, you can find accountability people that
Yes.
aren't in the same industry and they're not in the same company. I
Yeah.
have agents that are in different brokerages that reach out to me all the time and
That's
they want me
awesome.
to help. I'm
Yeah.
not here to try to recruit them or anything,
That's
but
awesome.
if they want help, like, that's what goes around comes around.
Yeah, it's so true, so true. When it comes to reaping and sowing. So, well, thank you for your time, and that's all I had for you. I mean, there was a lot of wisdom thrown at me at once. I feel like I'm drinking out of a fire hose.
17
Hopefully,
minutes.
my shirt wasn't too wrinkly there throughout the whole
All right,
thing.
let's do it again then, Ben.
So I gotta actually.
Do we know if the
show my
microphone?
chest.
Here,
This might have all been
while we're
quiet.
on it, let's
Yeah,
do a
so-
selfie too.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Wait, let's make sure we do this. Wait, are you gonna have do you have like a tagline at the end?
No, this is all gonna be edited. So.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Cool.
Here, I got to take a pic of you taking a pic of
Yeah.
us. Look at that. I love it.
So I might actually do another closing. I probably should do that. But thank you for your time.
Yeah, go do it right now.
Okay. So 1, 3, 2, 1. So, and Jeremy, I just want to say.
Cut. No,
All right.
go ahead.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, how you doing, Jeremy?
Good.
All right. So anyway, no, we'll just kind of say, hey, thank you so much for your time on this.
Absolutely.
Your time is valuable.
And I got the first spot, right?
Yeah, you got the first spot. You
Yes.
know, it was a low-hanging fruit, I have to admit.
Oh,
but
we forgot to mention.
one of the best fruits in the world.
We forgot to mention the grind, right?
The grind, the
Yep,
daily
gotta
grind.
have
We have coffee in here. So few coffee shops that I frequent, I love. And I could be, without God and coffee,
So, Brian,
don't know
what's
if I'd-
your
what I'd
biggest
do.
advice then, right now, to brand new agents?
I'd say you just got to work the program. And when I say work the program, you just got to get out there. You got to network. You got to make those calls. You got to tell everyone you know as an agent. This
I
guy taught
agree.
me. That's
Right?
what you taught me, because
Yep.
I was coming from a corporate sales world.
Yes.
I told everyone, even my whole corporate people. I'm a realtor now. So
I mean, we talk
So-
about your sphere of influence, right? Working
Yeah.
the people you
Yes.
know. Brian was actually the reason my sphere of influence got big, right? Remember that? Because I wanted,
Yeah, one of my best friends from
I
childhood.
needed to, you need first
Yeah.
name, last name, email address,
Yeah.
mailing
Yeah,
address,
asked me
right?
that.
You need the basic stuff so you can reach out to the people and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
make sure you're always contacting the people that will refer you.
Yeah.
And so you had, I mean, a pretty decent database, right? And so
Mm-hmm. I gave it
'cause
to you. I remember that.
You were
Yeah.
I can't remember what IT position
IT
you had
sales,
at the time, but
yeah,
you had
IT
all that
sales,
stuff.
yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
his 100 people in
Yeah.
his database, and so
Yeah.
I had some information because that's
Right.
important. So
Yeah. So there's people now that get Buckeye schedules from Jeremy,
yeah,
Amy, Paul, and myself.
yeah. Isn't that so funny? Yeah, it does. No, the Buckeye calendars. you know, as funny as it seems to get a calendar or the Buckeye magnet,
Yeah.
they will peel off that Buckeye magnet and replace it with a new one.
Do that. Or sometimes they have like 4 years worth. I've had people tell me that.
I think in our fridge right here,
Yeah.
I think we've got all of yours, all
Yeah,
the years and
that's
stuff.
funny.
Watching your photo change throughout the years.
Watch for the gray hair get.
But that's a big
more and more.
thing that I find that agents could do so much better with is being seen.
Yes.
Right? Like be seen.
Working that
Don't-
network.
If you're bored
Yeah.
and you don't know what to do, grab 50 of your business cards and go walk up and down a business commerce area.
Yes.
And walk in that door
Yep.
and just say hi. And you don't have to waste
Yep.
people's time, but business knocking or pick up the phone,
Yes.
call your friends and family and just say hi.
Go to a local bar and just give the bartender your or the waiter,
Paul and
waitress.
I, we got
Yeah.
licensed together, and we
what
would
you guys did.
we would get our
Yeah.
goal was to get rid of
Yeah.
1,000 business cards a week. You
Yeah,
know, so
that's
we would
great.
go bar
Yeah.
hopping and pass them out to everybody. And we just were doing stuff, right? We
Yeah.
were doing stuff, whether
Right.
it was the right or the wrong thing.
Yeah.
We were out there, and
Yeah.
if you came across us, you knew we sold houses.
Yeah.
There was no question.
Yeah.
You knew we sold.
Yep.
We wanted to. So we do the
Right.
same thing with business. You name it.
Yeah.
And that's what agents should all make sure that everybody knows what they do, and everybody knows that they really appreciate them passing their name
Yeah,
to them. You
that's
know,
great.
let your friends and family know how much you need their help. They're going to help. They want to help you
Yeah.
succeed. So
No, that's great.
That's
Yeah.
my piece of advice.
Cool.
Campaigns.
Yeah, no problem. No, thank you so much for your time. I
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
it. You've been great. You've been a great mentor and a great friend, and you definitely make things fun at the same time. So
Yeah.
I love the little outings we do, and so yeah, I appreciate all your time. And
You got
we'll,
it. Thank you.
Have you back sometime.
Yep.
So.
Thanks for letting me be on the show, and get ready for the bowling.
All right,
Bowling
yeah,
coming
sounds
up.
good. You know, the funny thing about the bowling thing, I embarrass myself every year.
Yeah.
Because I'm a terrible bowler, but I would still show up.
Brian and I were on a bowling league. What do you think? 10 years ago? And Brian would show up, dress clothes. I think I
Yeah, just corporate sales. Man.
didn't really,
Yeah.
just wore whatever, but
Yeah.
you would show up in full-blown dress clothes, rip off that dress shirt, and you just have, you know, your little,
Yeah, right.
your little white tank top on, and your dress,
Yeah.
your dress pants. And the league, we had two guys on our team that had two 300s.
Yeah.
I think our team average was like a 230 or a 240, and here we
Yeah.
both come up.
Yeah.
They liked us because we
Yeah.
had a high handicap, the highest in the
Okay.
whole league.
Yeah.
Were our handicaps, but yeah, you did.
Oh, that's funny.
It was a fun league.
Nice smoky bowling alley at the
Yeah.
time. So,
right.
all right. Well, thanks, buddy.
Cut.
See you.